V1. Rotate.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Flight Sim 008 video with Fly UK. Well, I say with Fly UK, but it's only kinda with Fly UK, as we're not planning to operate one of the mainline routes today. Instead, I've discreetly borrowed one of their A320s, they've got like 30 of them anyway, and we're going back to Salzburg, which actually is in Austria this time. So, we're in Frankfurt, Germany, and the reason I wanted to head back to Salzburg is because there's an approach I'd really like to try out. It's the RNAV to visual runway 33. Last time we went into Salzburg, I actually had no idea this fun little approach even existed, and I think we ended up doing the boring old ILS for runway 15. Point is, we're gonna have a little fun today in the bus, so without further ado, I've already warmed up some of the aircraft systems. Let's jump in the flight deck and get started. Alright, so the aircraft is pretty much ready to go at this point. We're just waiting on the APU. All the lights are configured, emergency lights, etc. IRSs have been aligned, and we just listened to the Addons, expecting runway 18, but we're not quite sure yet. We're closer to the 25, so maybe we'll luck out on the taxi out and we'll get one of the 25s. Either way, information echo is on board, so we will call up Frankfurt Tower. Give it a couple of seconds, make sure we're not interrupting a readback.
Clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 2905 will contact Bremen radar upon departure at 4,000 feet.
Frankfurt Tower, schönen guten Tag, Skyways 1786, Airbus 320 at Victor 114. Information echo, request IFR to Salzburg.
Schönen guten Tag, confirmed. Corsair was Skyways 1786.
Affirmative, Skyways 1786.
Skyways 1786. Hello, information Foxtrot current. Cleared Salzburg via Aerosoft 7 departure. Flight plan route out of runway 18. Squawk 2117.
Skyways 1786 will pick up Foxtrot, cleared to Salzburg, Aerosoft 7 Lima, off runway 18, 2117.
Skyways 1786, great is correct.
So, 2117 in the box, and we will load up on the FMS 18 with the Aerosoft 7 Lima. Insert that into our flight plan. Make sure we don't have any discontinuities or whatnot. Cruising at 320 today. Initial climb will be 5,000, according to the charts. Let's go into plan mode. Let's make sure. All this looks good. Let's just zoom in, make sure there's no brakes. So it's off 18, then RID, then Aerosoft, then etc., then en route, then fantastic. Wonderful. All right. So put that back into ARC. All of this is already configured. We're just waiting on the passengers, and we'll get the APU all fired up at the moment. Start weaning ourselves off the ground power. It's a regional jet just off our right-hand side there. Nice. Terminals in front of us. We're not important enough to merit the stands here at Frankfurt, reserved for the home base Lufthansa, but that's quite all right. What else? Radios. Let's detune tower for now, so that I can talk and won't be interrupted. There goes the APU firing up. And yeah, we'll catch you a little bit closer to the pushback. Welcome back to the flight deck. Just closed up the doors. Everybody's now on board.
Captain, the cabin is
and
passengers are aboard.
thank you. A couple of things. First of all, I checked the charts for the SID, so we're actually climbing to 4,000 initially and not 5 as I thought, so good thing we double checked that. Parking brake is set. We're off of ground power and onto the APU, so we're self-sufficient at this point. And we're going to call Langen radar, actually. Tower went offline, so not sure if I already mentioned that. But tower went offline in the meantime while we were boarding, so we're with Langen radar. We'll call them up for our pushback and start clearance. Once again, give it a couple of seconds, make sure nobody's in the middle of a readback. Seems clear to me. Langen, schönen guten Tag. Skyways 1786 at Frankfurt Victor 114, ready for push and start.
Skyways 1786, push and start is approved, facing west.
Push and start approved, face west. Skyways 1786. Danke. So, I forgot the seatbelt signs, so we should probably make sure everybody's sitting. And tow guys, are you guys hooked up? Yeah? You look like you're not doing very much. We're good? We're good? Alright. Parking brake is released. We'll go to the engine page. Facing west is in a vatterly direction, as I thought, since interesting. Floating there for a second, buddy. Oh, floating. Walking. Walking through the staircase. Gone. Hang on, this is way too entertaining. Floating. Floating. Oh, now he's just floating. Cool. Hang on. Still floating? Yeah. Alright, magical wing walker. Sweet. What did I want to do? Let's go ahead and fire up number 2. Bleed air silencing as they get diverted to the engines. And we will go ahead and fire up number 2. Already covered Frankfurt scenery in my initial impressions as we did that quick hop from Munich. VAS issue doesn't seem to be a big problem on the way out. I'm not sure if they fixed that yet. I checked the forums a couple of days ago. And
Lufthansa 295, climb flight level 310, proceed direction NATO. November Alpha Tango Oscar Romeo.
So, starter valve is closed on number 2. Engine is stable.
Up
Let's go ahead
to
and start
flight
number
level
1.
310 and direct to NATO. Lufthansa 295.
Alright, I got my ground charts up on the other screen. Let's go ahead and put that on, and we will trim the aircraft for decimal 8-ish up, and it'll be a flaps 1 departure. Our V speeds, V1 130, V2, VR 145, and V2 146.
Langen radar, Lufthansa cargo 8170, confirm pushback clearance.
Releasing the parking brake.
Cargo 8170, pushback.
We will do our
Yes,
flight control check on the taxi out since we
Facing
have
south.
about
Dankeschön.
3.5 miles to go. Langen Skyways 1786, information Foxtrot ready to go.
Skyways 1786, taxi holding point runway 18 via Lima.
Holding point 18 via Lima, Skyways 1786. Little bit of power. And you. And spoilers. Armed. Takeoff config test. We'll hold off on that for a bit. Do our flight control check as we taxi out here. So it's basically Lima is the taxiway we're on, which we push back onto. So it's essentially straight ahead all the way to the holding point. Which is a nice long taxi, but we get a nice scenic view of Frankfurt Airport on the way out. A little bit more power now. I don't feel like doing 3 knots all the way to the runway. Weather looks decent on the climb out. might be a little bit of buffeting, but once we get over this initial cloud layer, should smooth out. Only going up to 230 today, since it's quite a short flight, about 45, 50 minutes in the air. Well, the weather sure has deteriorated on the taxi out. A lot of dynamicism on this flight so far. First tower goes offline. Now Langen Radar just said he'll be back in 10 minutes. Now there's an RJ off to our right. Interesting, interesting. Probably let him go before us. Nice courteous thing to do. I am Canadian after all. Takeoff config. So we did the flight control check. You know what? I just had the rudder left to do, so that. And then we will do full left. Where's the flight control surface dealie? Uh-oh. You know what? That's probably not the best thing to do right now. Hang on. Hang on. I got this. I got this. Yep. Alright, flight controls. There we go. Had it. Got it. Nailed it. I'm gonna go ahead and slow down just a tad. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Alright, back on the rudders. So, this would be the holding point. I'm just going to go have a chat with that RJ pilot and see who goes first. And be right back with ya. Well, Langen's back with us, and it was an easy decision because the RJ just went ahead and lined up and waited anyways, so...
Lang radar. Hello. Sorry for delay. Wind 200 degrees, 10 knots, runway 25 right, clear to land.
Vigilance zero. Opportunity to land, too fast.
Skyway 1786 Lang radar.
Yeah, Skyway's 1786, just waiting to get ordered, and we're holding point Lima for runway 18, ready to go.
Skyway 1786, line up runway 18 and wait.
Line up and wait 18, Skyway's 1786. Transponder goes on. Transponder outside the sim goes on. Here we go. And clear on the right. Clear on the left. See how good my lineup skills are. They never were very good in the Airbus. Or the Boeings. Or the ATRs. Or the Dash. I digress.
Langenrada, Hadepark, Leipzig Air 99025, gate Charlie 6, information Golf, request startup.
I hear that one a lot flying around. Wow, I don't know what happened with my voice there. I hear that call sign quite a bit flying.
1786, wind 200 degrees, 10 knots, runway 18, takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 18, Skyways 1786. I was going to talk about the Leipzig Air call sign, but whatever. Man, Flex SRS.
Ah, yes, runway cargo 8164.
A little bit of nose down.
Alpha,
initially.
Hold position and call you back in number 2 for clearance. Leipzig Air, 99025, good friend, you ready?
And V1, rotate. Pitch up.
Leipzig Air 99025, information, golf is current, startup approved.
And positive rate, gears coming up.
Via the BC3 mic departure, flight then route squawk 2, 111.
Information, Golf is on board, cleared Boston via BC3 mic, confirmed via Boeing 777.
And we'll go ahead
stimmt.
and
Never mind.
turn those off. Just waiting for the thrust reduction. There we go. And we'll pitch down slightly. There we go. Start bringing up the speed. Speed checks. Flaps up.
Ich finde keinen Fehler. Die Mike wäre fast oder
Spoilers disarmed. And flight up to 4,000.
We prefer BT3 Golf as we are two-engine jets, so the BT3 mic is not applicable for us.
Whoop. A little bit of gust of wind.
Stimmt, das war das besondere Ding, wo es kein Joule gibt. Yep.
Germans having a conversation about a certain SID with 4 engines versus 2. Whoa. Right. Sorry about that, passengers. Right. Slowly nose it over. 4,000.
No problem. Here's Boston via BT3 Golf departure.
And I'm going to go ahead and put the autopilot in. There we go.
Leipziger 99025, feedback correct. Skyways 1786, sorry for delay, radar contact 4000, climb flight level 10.
You broke up a little bit, but no problem. Climb flight level, I believe you said it was 110, Skyways 1786. Open climb.
That's correct, sorry.
And that is us on our way to Salzburg.
Skyways 1786, climb flight level 230.
230, Skyways 1786. Vielen Dank.
Skyways 1786, your route is a little bit... Skyways 1786, your route is a little bit complicated. Proceed direct 3, set Romeo India X-ray Echo Delta.
Direct to, hang on, we'll find it here. Romeo X-ray something, Rick said, Skyways 1786, Romeo India X-ray Echo Delta, thank you.
Yep, that's it. You're welcome.
There we go.
And New Zealand 7 Papa. Yes, station call check please. Never mind. New Zealand 7 Papa Juliet 1 welcome Frankfurt check via Papa in November.
I think that's
11,
still the mine? Could be.
New Zealand 7 Papa Juliet Papa November.
Not quite sure. I've been in and around Frankfurt a couple of times in my life, but not too familiar with the geography.
Approach Evelyn 161.
I and my passengers may regret this in a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and turn off the seatbelt signs. These are all off. That's good. So seatbelt signs are off. We'll see if we clear this this ridge up ahead. If we start to get a little bit closer to it and we're not above it, then we'll just whack them back on.
Skywest 1786, no further XT available, Monitor Unicom 122.8, bye bye, enjoy your landing Salzburg.
Over to Unicom 122.8, tschüss, gute Nacht, Skywest 1786.
And station calling 2 minutes ago for check.